with it being, oh, I got itchy. Hi guys, what's up? It's me, Audra, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm not sure how you got here, but certainly I'm glad you came. Okay. So I've actually been thinking about this, and I wasn't sure if I was going to film this or not. But I figured, why not? I got new lights, and I thought it would be fun to test them out, and I may as well test them out with this. So we're only a few days into the new year, and I thought that this was a very good time to talk about the very lovely art of throwing shit away. Okay. Now, before everybody starts coming for me in the comments being like, you have to recycle, you have to do this, I'm shutting it down. Here is why. Let me just start with the beginning. So I am an 80s baby, and growing up in the 80s and 90s, there was a constant of being told dumb shit to make you do things that you didn't want to do. For instance, if you didn't eat all the food on your plate, someone would say, there are starving children in Africa. And at the time, I'd be like, oh my God, that's terrible. But as I got older, I realized that's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. I can't send the food to them. I can't send them my leftovers and then they're going to eat it. So wouldn't the better thing to do have been to just not make so much food that I also put too much food on my plate, therefore creating an overage? But the reason that resonates with me is because from childhood, we are constantly taught about not only just not wasting, but also about hoarding. Now, the reason I say this is because if you look at the rise of hoarding shows that we have, oh, here you go. Sorry, I'm playing ball. If you look at the rise of hoarding shows, I honestly feel like, aside from the psychological aspect of it, but a lot of the origins of it very much begins with the fact that we have been told not to waste things. And for a lot of us, being told not to waste things means you hold on to stuff when you shouldn't. I'll be right back. It's literally like I have a toddler. Moving on. If you actually watch a lot of different beauty and fashion channels, you will find every single person has some kind of declutter video. And the reasoning for this is my opinion. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong or if you agree or if you sort of agree or don't agree. But my opinion is this. The reason we have to declutter so much is because, again, I can really only speak for myself, to be perfectly honest, but I see it sometimes in other people's declutterings, is that you just felt like you had to keep something, right? You felt like because it was a gift, because it was PR, because you bought it, like that you have to keep it. And then the flip side of it is you try to find somebody to give something to, and if you can't give it to somebody, then you're always kind of on this mission of finding a way to not waste the product. In 2020, I'm done. So what I'm looking at is, if I can't find somebody to take something, or I don't already have somebody specific in mind, not just anybody, someone specific. I have given things away, and I started it at the very tail end of December, and I was actually shocked by the results. Okay, so at the tail end of December, I started finding some of the stuff that I got in some of my boxes that I was like, I'm not going to use this, and giving it away to people that I worked with. I never used it. I didn't open it. Also best friends, things like that. So what I love about this is I could look at the product itself and know specifically who I would give that to. So that way it wasn't like, oh, I'll try to find someone to give this to. It was like, Danny should have this. Shy should have this. And that really helped me, because if I couldn't think of somebody who I could give it to, since I opened it, it's a lot harder to donate that kind of makeup, right? We all know you open it, you touch it, that makes sense, okay? For me, Poshmark isn't a way to go. Between my full-time job, Beau Bear, and running this channel, I do not have all this extra time to realistically sit there and like photograph and be like, okay. Ooh. I don't have time for all that because a long time ago I made a video about how to Poshmark. I think it was like 2 years ago. But I made a video about how to Poshmark, and all of that still rings true. All of it still rings true. If you want to Poshmark, that totally rings true. I might try to link it down below. I've really rarely ever done that, but I'll try to link it down below. But it all rings true. But the thing is, I don't have time for that. I literally don't have the time, nor do I have the energy, nor do I have the want. So there's a few reasons why I won't do it. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I don't. The other, aside from the energy and the time, my real realization is that I don't want to do all of this negotiating, all this back and forth. And the thing about Poshmark is it can be very sudden, right? So if I'm out of town, or I went on vacation, or I forgot to put like that I'm on vacation, or if I'm at work, and I don't get off at the time that I normally expect to get off, and suddenly it's like this big fucking deal, I'm running all over town to get this package out. You know, you have a specific period of time in which to ship something that directly affects your rate. So if you don't ship it in a timely fashion, then your buyer is upset, they rate you poorly, and then it gets harder for you to sell the rest of your stuff. So for me, there's also that aspect of it of I have it in my inventory, I have it in my house until someone buys it. I can't do that anymore. In order to stop my hoarder behavior and not have to have a declutter video ever again, and that's what I'm going for in 2020, I have got to learn the art of throwing it away. Throwing it away. You know what, if this doesn't work for me and I don't have someone specifically in mind that doesn't mind sharing my germs, which no one does, but I am not, if I can't give it to them, I'm just going to throw it away. I'm done. Because my very harsh reality is, if I don't do this, I'm going to collect bunches and 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 bunches of products like this that in 6 months I'm going to be looking as to like, why don't I have any space in all of my makeup containers to put stuff that I actually want or the stuff that I actually use. Why don't I have space for it? Oh yeah, because I'm stupidly hoarding this stuff in the event of, in case I can find someone. I have to have somebody specific. I have to have somebody I know for sure would love this product, would enjoy having it, and then boom, done. I take it to them immediately. That's the other thing, is I'm being very quick about my giveaway. I'm not a person anymore who is gonna go, oh, I'll just get it to them like when, no. Now I like gather everything up. So basically, at the end of the month when I'm looking through my boxes and I get everything, I already have everything separated into piles. Like, this goes to this person, this goes to this person, this goes to this person. I will try this one more time, and if I hate it, it's trash. That's literally where I am now. I have reached my limit with decluttering. I'm tired of decluttering. I don't want my life to be surrounded by decluttering because that's how I feel like it goes. It feels very stressful. And you know what I found when I did this in December, when I just started saying I'm throwing it away? Peace. Relaxation. A lot less stress. And it also focused my attention on the items that I have. Instead of me looking at something that I got and was like, I mean, maybe, I was like, no. There is not a maybe. There's not like a perhaps. There's not like a, I've used it, I tried it, I hate it, or I just don't like it, or it's not for me. And that is okay. It's okay for things to not be for you. It's okay if you can't find someone to take it. Because at the end of the day, what is it doing to you? What is it doing to you? The other side of it too is when you're really looking at it, like for instance, a closet clean out, right? These become very, very important. That's an ongoing thing, but they do become important in that if you are going to add to your closet, you have to know what you need because it helps you on your spending, right? If you're not just always going want, and you're actually starting to look and go, I really just need to get some stuff that I need. Like there's things that I need. It becomes extremely difficult for you to tell what you need because you look and you see a boatload of dresses. And you're like, oh, I don't need any dresses. until you go to wear one of your dresses. And then you're like, oh, that one doesn't fit. That one doesn't fit. I don't actually like the way that one fits. Don't like this. That's too short. That's too long. And suddenly you realize you have exactly one dress. After you go through everything, you realize there's one dress. And you're like, why have 17 dresses been taking up space in my closet for all this time? I had no idea I actually needed a new dress. I thought I had one. So that's the other reason I'm doing it, is because I realize that over and over and over again, I will think I have something and I don't. Like, I do, but it's nothing that I like. So like with lip colors, I'll be like, oh yeah, I have that one brownie color, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't like this one. This one's a hideous brown. This one makes my lips dry out. Like, and it's just little things where I'm finding like this is not a product I like. So one of the things I even started doing is I would pull something out and like put on a lip color and be like, oh, I don't like that one. Into the trash. I just stopped. I stopped. And I think part of it too, we look at the environmental impact a lot and try to figure out how to recycle. I'm in Texas. I'm going to tell you right now, where I am in Texas, there really isn't a way for me to go about recycling old makeup. And after I did some of the research that I've done, I realized I can't let that be my determining factor. I want to save the earth, but honestly, it's really dependent on these bigger corporations to really do the business. And if you guys want a video on that one, Smoky Glow did a really good one. I have a bit of a follow-up to it, but I don't want to do it because I feel stupid. But the reality of that situation is very much, I have to realize I'm one person, I can handle so much and I can do so much, but also I can't allow these various excuses that I'm using as to why I won't throw stuff away to keep cluttering my life. Because when I moved, even now, the reason I'm unpacking with purpose, which is, if you want to know what that means, I'm going to tell you right quick. I'm sorry, I'm going on a little tangent, but unpacking with purpose is essentially not allowing yourself to continue to bring more stuff into your home until all of these things are unpacked. So I have like things in my car that are packed, and I can't bring more stuff in until I've unpacked all of this. Because what that's doing for me is, as I'm unpacking stuff, even now, I'm finding I still moved things I shouldn't have moved. So I have another ThredUp goodie box, ThredUp closet clean out bag coming. Let me know if you want to see me do that one again. I have another one of those coming. There's probably going to be 2 or 3 of those coming because, girl, the amount of stuff I have that I don't fit into, that doesn't look good on me, it's astronomical. And now I'm looking at my closet just like, I have nothing to wear. I have 17 things to wear. 17. But in looking at all of this kind of stuff, I really had to just open up and look at myself in the face and go, you know what, you're always saying that you're going to do this or do that with it, and then you don't. And then nothing happens. And then you're just sitting there with all this stuff. And then I'm overwhelmed with it. I start looking, and I can't imagine how people who get PR feel. It's got to be overwhelming to look and see how much product you have. So that's why every single time I purchase something, if I get a BoxyCharm, if I get a Tribe beauty box, Ipsy, all of those, I'm immediately going to just make sure that if there's anything in there that I'm just absolutely not interested in, it's my giveaway or it's trash. My giveaway or it's trash. My giveaway or it's trash. I can no longer afford to keep the space and afford to keep the clutter and afford to stress myself out with all of these little samples that I put around my house. Oh my God, if you could see how many different places I stuffed these samples when I was moving. It is mind-boggling how much of this I had. And I didn't realize that it was stressing me out so much until I realized that I basically started tucking the stuff in little places where I wouldn't notice it, so I wouldn't be overwhelmed or bothered by it. So that is my 2020 goal. Also, I do want to let you know, I'm still doing beauty boxes. Don't care. I know everybody, I know it's got super low views, but I feel like the way that I'm doing them is different. I like to show you everything in it, and then I also go through and review the products, and I've evolved on that. I'm getting better at my beauty reviews, just bear with me, but I'm evolving into a point where you don't just see me open this box, right? You see that, but you're also going to see that these products are all used. It's really important that you see them be used. And again, I'm going to keep doing it specifically because it has saved my ass on FOMO. It has stopped me from buying shit I don't need. You know, that's the other thing, is there's so much stuff that I get in those beauty boxes that honestly, if I was online shopping, I can go too far. And I don't have a shopping addiction. I know people who have, but I can go too far. I find that sometimes when you get online, you need one thing, or you go in the store, you need one thing. You're like, oh, I need a concealer. And then, you know, $175 later, you have 2 new eyeshadow palettes, concealer, blush, a new bronzer. And you're like, why do I have all, I had those things. And so for me, it actually really helps my makeup budget so that I'm not going balls to the wall at every opportunity, but I don't feel deprived of getting makeup, if that makes sense. So that is one of my 2020 goals. I thought I'd share it with you guys. What do you guys think about my take on this? Do you disagree with me? Do you think I'm totally crazy? Do you think I'm a wasteful bitch? I'm really not trying to be a wasteful bitch. I'm really not. I'm actually just trying to give myself peace of mind and fucking sanity, because looking at what's happened and looking at all of the stuff that I just basically, I mean, I hid it everywhere. It's like in socks, like in a pair of, like I rolled it. Oh God, it's terrible. But I decided that this year I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to keep a hold of things just in case. I'm just going to start if I try it, I don't like it, it's time to let it go. Find it a home, or if there are things that I know immediately off the bat I'm not going to enjoy it, find it a home. And if it can't find a home, its home is the trash. I'm done. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. My skin, okay, tell me if you like my dewy skin. Does it look dewy or does it just look oily? Because I think it looks dewy as fuck and it's cute. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying the dew. And it's a little weird that you can actually see my makeup with this lighting, because now you know how terrible I am at it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you would, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe before you leave. Hit the notifications bell before you leave. Do all the things. Hang out. We can have a good time. Also, if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to link it down below. Emily Hanhan asked me to be a part of her Best of Beauty 2019, which was so awkward and crazy for me because I am the biggest weirdo, and she was gracious enough to invite me to put my 2 cents in, and there's a bunch of my favorite, most fabulous creators in there, and it's really exciting that I was in it. Like, what? And so I would love it if you guys check that out, so it'll give you new products. All right, I'm done talking. I'm finished. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I love each and every one of you. And until next time, deuces! Ooh, that fall really did help me out. Ooh, I should get another beer.